In a distant galaxy, on a planet far from the reach of any known civilizations, lived a creature of unmatched beauty. Her name was Alicia. She was not just another being from the distant corners of space. She was an alien, an ethereal being who defied the laws of nature itself. Alicia's beauty was said to be mesmerizing, a sight so breathtaking that it could captivate the strongest minds and conquer even the coldest hearts. Her silver skin shimmered like the stars, and her hair flowed like liquid light, a brilliant cascade of radiant strands. Her eyes were the color of the deepest galaxies, swirling with cosmic mysteries and untold secrets. Alicia lived on the planet Zalora, a barren, lonely world orbiting a dying star. The planet had once been home to a thriving civilization, an advanced race of beings that had long since perished. It was said that the destruction of her people had been a result of their own reckless hubris, their experiments with the cosmos gone horribly wrong. Alicia, the last surviving member of her kind, wandered the desolate plains of Zalora, her radiant beauty the only reminder of the glory that once was. Despite her extraordinary appearance, Alicia had never felt truly seen by anyone. Her people had revered her beauty, but it had come at a great cost. Her beauty became a symbol of both hope and destruction, drawing the attention of conquerors, travelers, and those who saw in her not a living being, but a prize to possess. Time and time again, her world was invaded by those seeking to claim her, only to be repelled by the planet's harsh environment, or worse, their own folly. And each time, they left her behind, more and more alone. One day, as Alicia wandered across the endless plains, a ship appeared in the sky, a silhouette against the dimming light of the dying star. It was a vessel unlike any other she had seen, sleek, with glowing blue lights that pulsed with an otherworldly rhythm. Her heart fluttered at the thought of meeting someone, anyone. Perhaps this time, she would be saved. Perhaps this time, someone would see her for who she truly was. But the ship did not come in peace. It was a mercenary vessel, and the crew aboard were hardened by years of survival in the darkest reaches of the galaxy. They had heard of Alicia's beauty, and they sought to claim her for themselves. They believed that possessing her would bring them riches beyond imagination, the power to command entire planets, and even eternal life. They believed that by controlling the last of her kind, they could unlock the secrets to the universe itself. Alicia was not afraid. She had grown used to the cruelty of the galaxy, the way others sought to possess her, to use her as a tool for their own ambitions. But something felt different this time. She had seen the emptiness in their eyes, the greed that burned behind their smiles. She had felt the weight of their intentions before, and it weighed heavily on her heart. As the mercenaries landed their ship and began to approach her, she felt an overwhelming sense of helplessness. This time, no one would come to her rescue. She was alone, truly alone. The harsh winds of Zalora blew through her hair, the dust swirling around her, but she felt numb. She allowed the mercenaries to take her without resistance. Days turned into weeks as the mercenaries made their way across the galaxy, taking Alicia with them. They flaunted her beauty in front of the wealthiest and most powerful rulers in the universe, each one more willing to pay a fortune for her than the last. Alicia, however, remained a prisoner, her eyes hollow, her spirit broken. She had been abandoned by her people, her planet, and now she was being sold like a commodity. But as the days passed, something within her began to stir. The emptiness she had felt for so long, the loneliness that had been her constant companion, began to shift. Alicia realized that she had been living in the shadow of what others thought of her. Her beauty, her role as an object to be desired, an item to be used. She had never truly seen herself, had never taken the time to understand her own worth beyond the superficial admiration others had given her. It was then that she began to feel a flicker of hope. Perhaps her journey had not been one of abandonment, but one of self-discovery. She had always believed that she was a prisoner of her own beauty, but now she saw that she had the power to define who she was. She could choose to be more than the sum of her parts, more than the thing that others desired. She could reclaim herself. One evening, as the mercenaries made camp on a distant moon, Alicia stood on the edge of a cliff, staring out into the vast, starry expanse. She could hear the whispers of the wind, the hum of the ship behind her, but she was no longer afraid. For the first time in her life, she was free. She no longer cared what others thought of her. She was not a prize to be won, not a trophy to be displayed. She was Alicia, and that was enough. With newfound resolve, she turned back to the mercenaries' ship. The leader of the mercenaries, a man named Charon, saw the change in her. He had underestimated her. He had thought her beauty was all that she was, but now he saw something more, something he had not expected. "Why are you doing this?" Charon demanded, his voice cold, his eyes narrowed in suspicion. "You could have everything: wealth, power, immortality. Why throw it away?" Alicia's gaze remained steady, unwavering. "Because I am not your possession. I am not anyone's possession. I am my own." In that moment, she understood that her true strength lay not in her appearance, but in her spirit. The mercenaries, shocked by her defiance, tried to stop her, but Alicia moved with the speed and grace of a being who had long ago learned to survive. She fought back, not with violence, but with the sheer force of her will. The leader of the mercenaries, Charon, realized too late that his greed had led him down a path of no return. As the mercenaries were left behind, stranded on a barren world, Alicia took the ship and set course for the stars. She had no destination, no plan, but the universe was vast, and she was free. She would explore the cosmos, discover the mysteries of the universe, and most importantly, discover herself. Over time, Alicia became a legend, not for her beauty, but for her strength. She was known as the Wanderer, a being who had overcome the shackles of her past and become something far greater than anyone could have imagined. Her story spread across galaxies, inspiring countless others who had been oppressed, abandoned, or forgotten. She showed them that their worth was not defined by others, but by themselves. And as the stars continued to shine in the vast expanse of space, Alicia's light shone brighter than any of them, a beacon of hope for those who dared to dream of something more.